Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Westside High School. The stakes couldn't be any higher tonight as it's win or go home in the NSAA Class 7 A-7 district. The home Westside Warriors looking to defend their home court. As the Norfolk Panthers come to town looking for an upset and cause some shockwaves across the district. I'm Hunter Valapek, alongside me Zach Kastrick. Zach, what should we expect tonight from both teams?
I mean, you said the stakes couldn't be higher. It's win or go home for both of these teams. If you lose, your season's done. So everyone's playing their hearts out, which means records completely out of the window. Talent, chemistry, what you've learned as a team is what matters. And that's what it's going to take tonight. As of for what I'm expecting Westside's defense to really show out tonight. Norfolk turns over the ball more than almost any other team in the state, averaging over 18 turnovers a game. Westside's defense has been consistently really good this season. They force turnovers, they get steals. It's going to be a lot for the Panthers to handle tonight.
Yeah, no, about a week ago, we didn't even know if Westside was going to be in this spot. They were the first team out, one of the first two teams out, and they snuck in by the skin of their teeth. They got lucky with a Lincoln Southwest, got upset at home by Omaha Central, and Kearney lost their last two games to top 5 teams in Millard West and Westview. So they just snuck in at this A7 district spot.
Yeah, and both of these teams are kind of fighting for their lives. Norfolk never won a state title. They got runner-up in 2015. Westside's last state title was in 2018. And it's been a minute since both of these teams made it to state. The last time Norfolk made it to state was that runner-up appearance in 2015. And if we've got to be honest, Hunter, wasn't the greatest of teams. It was a Cinderella run to get to the state final as they were the 8th seed and had a 13-13 record going into there. As of for Coach Clark, we know how good of a coach he is, and we know he's capable of making a run in Lincoln if he can get his team there, and that's what it's going to come down to.
Yeah, Westside's last state championship appearance, 2020. But like you said, he has experience before. 2015, 2018, he's won state titles. But Westside looking to make it win tonight. Last year, made to the A2 districts, lost in the finals to Lincoln Southwest by 18. But they're a different team. They have a lot of talent. They can win tonight. They're coming in on an 8-game win streak, averaging 59 points per game. Their offense is electric. They shoot from threes. They have 3 players that shoot over 100, that have shot over 100 threes this season, which is a lot of threes. And then for Norfolk, they're coming in 4 seed, looking to make an upset. They lost to Pius in the A6 district last year. And they're looking to they are 1-8 against Westside in their last 9 appearances since 2014.
Yeah, you mentioned they're just kind of playing from behind. It's going to be an uphill battle for sure for Norfolk to come in here. To me, the biggest key is to keep the ball in the hands and limit the turnovers. Like I mentioned, they average over 18 a game. I'm going to set the magic number around 10 or less. I'm thinking they need to hover around 8 turnovers max if they want a chance to win tonight. And the reason I say that is they only average 43 points a game, while Westside is allowing a similar number, just under 50. So they got to find a way to score because Westside can put up points, they can score, and if Norfolk can't keep up on the offensive end, it's going to be a lost cause.
Last time these two teams met, 2022, Westside got the best of that matchup. And it was a record night, too, for Kamora Jenkins. She was a sophomore. She scored 32 points, including a school record 8 3-pointers. So I'm expecting for her it should be a big night for her.
Yeah, along with her, I'm expecting Hamaya Jo Matoyer, like we've been talking all season, stepping in as a freshman, been absolutely huge, one of the best freshmen in the state. That 1-2 punch has been very good for the Warriors all season.
We will send it down to our PA announcer, Tom Saline, for National Anthem and starting lineups.
Thank you for your cooperation and good luck to both teams. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, we ask that you please rise and please remove your caps. Place our flag on the wall as we take a moment to honor America and those who defended with our national anthem. Members of the armed forces or veterans that are present but not in uniform may better the military salute. Our anthem will be performed by the band. starters for the visiting Panthers of Norfolk. Number 3, Aaliyah Taylor. Number 4, Brooklyn Brands. Number 11, Bella Boyd. Number 14, Lynn Peterson. Number 21, Megan Thorpe. Number 23, Maddie Finneran. Number 40, Aubrey Russell. Number 42, Valerie Catherine. Number 52, Bella Larson. And the non-starters for your Westside Warriors. Number 2, Gia Freeman. Number 5, Mia Mirosevic. Number 10, Lucy Pokers. Number 11, Gabby Duval. Number 15, Kendall Davis. Number 22, Delaney McGrain. Number 23, Lise Peterson. Number 33, Gina Macklin. Here are the starters for the Panthers. At forward, back to number 1, Bo Caskey. At guard, back to number 10, Atlee Bauman. At guard, back to number 12, Harper Wilson. At guard, back to number 22, Emma Long. And at forward, back to number 24, Alan Indra. The Panthers are led by Ben Reeves, assisted by Chris Boozer, Morgan Logan, Caleb Ryan, Ken Swanson, and Jerry Cover.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to WTV Live Network. I'm Hunter Valopek alongside me, Zach Pastrick. Zach, just about underway here from the A-7 District semifinals. Number 1, Westside looking to defend their home court against the Norfolk Panthers. Looking for an upset.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just gonna keep repeating this all game, and I can already see it. Norfolk has got to keep the ball in their hands. They have to limit the turnovers. Westside's gonna be in the passing lanes. They're gonna have active hands. They're gonna try and force steals.
This is not the only game tonight for this A-7 district. Number 3, Lincoln Northeast, and number 2, Kearney, playing at 7 o'clock. We'll see if we can get you score updates for that. Tip-off goes to Sinai Foster and the Warriors, and Hamaya Joe Matoyer will run the offense for the Warriors. Jenkins on the right wing. Back to Gahan, around the key. Jenkins tries to drive in on the block. Gets it up, gets it in. Westside on the board first.
That's who's going to be the star stud for tonight for Westside. Like you mentioned, she scored 32 last time these two teams played with 8 3-pointers. She's familiar, and she's going to use that to her advantage.
Averaging about 12 points per game in this Westside lineup. Indra at the top. Jenkins nearly knocks it away from Bauman. And a double dribble called against Bauman. And like you said in the pregame, turnovers are going to be a key part, and right there Norfolk just committed one.
Yeah, that's already one, and it was nearly a live ball turnover as well. There's difference. If you're going to turn it over, if you're Norfolk, it's got to be dead ball turnover like that. Otherwise, you're giving up pick sixes and 3 layups on the other end.
Matoyer wanted a shot, no. Jenkins down low. Foster guarded by Caskey with the left hand. Off the back iron, no good. Rebound, put back, no good.
The right idea by Sinai Foster. She's got an immense height advantage tonight versus the Panthers. She's going to take advantage of that, and we know that.
Nowhere to go. Caskey finally gets it at the corner. Wanted to pull up. Doesn't have a dribble. Chats get it away. Gets it to Bauman. Back on the other corner. Indra. Long down low. Caskey off the fingertips. And another turnover for the Panthers.
That's already 2, Hunter. Like we said, I'd like to see Norfolk kind of maybe bring Bo Caskey down low. Instead of trying to post up the much taller Sinai Foster, bring her out, force her to come off the block, and kind of stretch out Westside's defense.
Foster down low from the baseline, no good. Couple early misses for her, and Indra brings it down the floor. Bauman. Now to Long. Has the open shot. Gets it back to the top of the key. Down low, Caskey posting down, stolen by Kay.
And
Kay
that's
with
the
3 on
live ball
2.
turnover.
Kay coast to coast finishes with the glass.
That's the live ball turnover I was talking about. You turn it over with a live ball, and it's a free layup on the other end. And that's 3 turnovers now, Hunter.
Guerin Kay averages a steal a game. Caskey tries to get down low and another steal. 4 turnovers already, and Hamaya Joe Matoyer will take it to the coast.
That's what you call the pick 6. 4 turnovers, and that's 4 points off the turnovers as well.
6-0 Westside. Fossum. Norfolk trying to get on the board. Outside, Long for 3. Nothing. Rebound tipped out of bounds off of Guerin Kay, and the Panthers will keep possession.
They've gotten some decent looks on this end, the Panthers have, but keep turning it over. It's a lost cause.
Lise Peterson checks into the game. Added length down low for Westside. Both 6-footers out on the court.
Yeah, that's going to be a nightmare for the Panthers to deal with on the glass and just in general. And Elise Peterson can play good defense on the perimeter as well, which is a huge help for the Warriors.
Caskey inside. Finneran, kick out 3. No good once again by Caskey. Matoyer run the offense. Down low, has Jenkins nearly out of bounds, and she touched it.
Yeah, Caskey's only an 18% three-point shooter. I don't know if that's necessarily the shot you want if you're the Panthers, but if she's going to play down low, like I said, she's got to draw some defenders out of the paint from Westside.
Transition offense, foul and 1. Madeline Finneran.
And I see exactly what Coach Clark sees. I don't know if that maybe wasn't a carry as she drove down to the hoop. That ball definitely came over her shoulders, and Coach Clark is saying the same thing.
No avail in an and 1 opportunity for Finneran. Shooting only 47% from the line this year. Makes it, though, lead cut in half.
Yeah, their team only shoots 57%, so the charity strike is not the best of friends for really either of these teams.
Not very charitable as Jenkins throws an errant pass, and another turnover committed by Westside. 4:34 left to go in the first.
And that might help keep the Panthers in the game if they can find a way to force turnovers against a Westside team that's pretty good in keeping the ball.
On the wing, Caskey. Directing traffic, now down to the baseline. Kicks it inside, great pass to Indra, and a foul called on Jenkins.
Yeah, and the thing I want to point out, I've mentioned you got to bring Sinai Foster out to the wing, but for her height, she's actually a really good on-ball defender and can move her feet with quite speed as well.
Jaya Freeman checks in for the first time today. Kumara Jenkins out. Norfolk underneath, looking for somewhere, stolen by Kay, her second steal of the day. Matoyer to Freeman down low, great offense by the Warriors. Jaya Freeman with her first points.
5 turnovers, 6 points off turnovers.
Long, inside down low, great fine block by Peterson.
And that's the length you mentioned when she checked into the ball game. That's just another layer of defense for Westside when you have 2 people that can play the post position like that.
Sent that one back to Norfolk. Underneath, gets it out to Long. Caskey at the top, trying to drive in on Kay, and a blocking foul will be called on Guerin Kay. 3rd foul on Westside this quarter.
And this is one of my favorite things when a coach argues about the 5-second call, when you can clearly see the official is counting it with his hands.
That one tipped by Foster. And Westside with numbers. She goes to the end, spins around, and gets the layup. Another point off of turnovers for the Westside Warriors. Finneran, Caskey, double team, nowhere to go, tipped, and a turnover. My goodness, Westside is poking the ball free.
That's 7 turnovers now, Hunter.
Wow.
And what did I say our magic number was? It was 8.
Your magic number was 8, Zach. Already 7/8 of that coming in the first quarter. Not even 5 minutes in. 7 turnovers for Norfolk. Slew of subs comes in for both teams.
A little bit of a smaller lineup for Westside now. The 5 will be Elise Peterson, but she still has the height advantage.
2-3 zone look from the Panthers. Freeman at the volleyball line. Duval on the wing. Tipped pass into the hands of the Panthers, tipped away. And now transition, pulling it out will be Fossum. Finneran drives in, kicks to the corner. Great closeout by Kay. Down low, Caskey gets fouled.
Yeah, I want to mention the turnovers thing while she's at the line. Westside's forced 7 turnovers, leading to 8 points off the turnovers. Westside's turned it over twice, and the 3 points of the Panthers is due to that turnover.
Bo Caskey's first look, no good. Her 120th free throw on the season, the 9th in Class A, and she's only shooting 56% from the line.
Just goes to show how much she gets to the line. If you're shooting 57% and you're still top 10 in free throws.
Second one is good. 68 for 121 on the season for Caskey. Westside still up by 6. Freeman, take it for Westside. Nearly loses it. And a near double dribble to the corner. Jenkins, 3 ball. Air ball, rebound, saved by Duval. And now Westside kicks it to the corner. Duval, Freeman, her 3. No good. Peterson with the board. Her floater is no good. Tipped around. Tipped out to Freeman, and another offensive rebound for Westside.
Panthers in that 2-3, which is going to leave a lot of these 3-point shots open.
Another 3 attempted, no good, and a foul on Peterson.
Yeah, it's a questionable call. I know Coach Clark didn't see a lot of push, but you can't make contact if you're going over the shoulders. And with Norfolk in the 2-3 zone like they were on defense, it's going to leave a lot of shooters open, but it's also going to leave a lot of opportunity for awesome offensive rebounds as you're in an area. You're not guarding a person, so it's a lot harder to find a person to box out and get the rebound.
2:30 left to play in the first. Norfolk in the bonus, so they'll get 2 shots at the line. First one is no good.
And I think these officials have kind of already had enough with Coach Clark for the Warriors complaining about every call.
Fossum goes 0 for 2. Westside in transition. Freeman. Now Jenkins for 3. No good. Rebound tipped by Peterson.
That's 0-4 on the 3-pointer attempts now as well, which is going to allow Norfolk to kind of stay in that zone for a little longer if Westside's going to keep missing the threes. As for the foul count being 5-0, Norfolk averages 12 fouls a game. One of the best in the state. You're going to see numbers like this throughout every single quarter.
Still no fouls on the Panthers. Jenkins and Eric Chathick underneath. Oh, and she's wide open. Step back mid-range. Jay, no good. Had the open lane. Great find by Matoyer. Long will bring it up. Speeds by Jenkins. 3 ball by Indra. No good. Rebound out to Duval. Nearly touched it, but she saves it. And now Matoyer with numbers. She goes coast to coast. Kicks it out to the corner. That ball is tipped, and Peterson will corral it. She drives in. Her floater is no good. And now Norfolk on the advance. Caskey down low. Her shot is no good. Freeman with the board. Stolen by Caskey, and it is good. Freeman, I think, got hit in the eye.
And now these Westside parents over here on our right and throughout the gym pretty fed up, and Coach Clark is at the point where he can't get too much more into the official's face. He's already been what it looked like maybe a warning and told to back off the officiating once, so he's got to be careful.
He's on Clark Con 3 right now. Almost there. Matoyer to Jenkins. She drives in at the free throw line. Nowhere to go. Down low on the block for Davis. Foul counted. Kendall Davis and one.
And that's the third post player Westside's put in the game now. You have Davis, Foster, and Peterson, all similar play styles, all can do the same thing. And right there, you take one out, you put another in, and you still have two on the court. And let's not forget to mention, they still have one more on the bench in Delaney McGrain if they wanted a player.
58% free throw shooter for Davis. Free throw's no good. Had her career best game against Lincoln East, 11.7 rebounds. Indra for three. That is no good. Great box out by Jenkins. And she will push it. Looking to pull up out to Davis. Davis nearly loses it at the wing. Down low, Foster, great find. Layup is good.
It's a great pass by Davis, and that's just Sinai Foster using the height advantage she's going to have all night.
Fossum up the floor, 50 seconds in the first. Peterson, now to Brand. Brand tries to drive, kicks it back out. Indra will drive, loses the ball. Stripped it away. Duval will go down.
And those are the best threes. The transition ones make that 11 points off turnovers now for Westside.
The response by Indra goes down. Lead back to 8. 15 seconds left. Shot clock off for Westside. 10 seconds left. Matoyer will drive. 2-on-1 gets denied. 7 seconds left and an opportunity for the Panthers. They nearly throw it away. Brands nearly traveled. And they will call a travel with 2.2 on the clock.
Yeah, Indra can shoot the ball. She's the best three-point shooter on the team by quite a mile that takes significant attempts, shooting 37%. And she's also committed to Midland.
Jenkins at the horn. The half-court heave is no good, and that'll be it for the first quarter.
Yeah, before we go to break here, Westside, 3 turnovers. Panthers, 9. Westside's points off turnovers, 11 to the Panthers, 5.
Turnovers will be a big thing we have to look about here on the WTV Live Network. Second quarter action in just about a minute. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to WTV Live Network. I'm Hunter Valapek. Alongside me, Zach Kastrick. A-7 District semifinals on the WTV Live Network. Westside up 17-9 over Norfolk Panthers. Second quarter action starting as a near over and back starts the quarter. Fossum into Caskey. Fossum looking. Indra steps in. Caskey off the back iron, no good. Out of bounds off of Caskey. It'll go with Westside.
I know Caskey leads this team in points-wise with just over 12, but the only source of offense minus the points off turnovers has been Skylar Indra just driving and kicking, creating shots for others. I'd love to see her kind of hunt for a shot.
Sinai Foster for three. Tipped out. Jenkins at the free throw line. And great ball movement. We'll get it back to the top of the key.
That's when you got to get rebounds. When Sinai Foster isn't down low, that's your easiest chance to get a rebound.
Matoyer will try to drive it 2-on-1. Gahan drives in. Her floater rims in.
One of the X factors for this Westside team, we've kind of talked about her all season, being that if she does well, the team does well.
Couple early points for the senior Gahan. Inside, Finneran, that is no good. On the deck, nearly saved, and it is by Finneran, but Guerin K was right there. Jenkins on the other end. Down low, Foster. Pump fake, put it up and in. 12-point lead for Westside, 6 for Foster.
Yeah, the coaches are telling the defense to put their hands up. Doesn't do a lot of good when she's that much taller than you.
Tallest player for Norfolk is 5'10". Foster 4 inches taller at 6'2".
And right now they have Caskey on her, which is about a 6-inch difference.
Finneran for 3, too strong, rebound. Pinballs around to Gahan, and she has numbers. Outside corner, K. Front iron no good, rebound tipped out. But it will stay Westside basketball. Gahan to chuck it in. And Jenkins will run the offense. Foster's gonna drive. Little hesitation and 1. Wow, that was a great move by Sanai Foster, and she has an opportunity for 1 at the line. Beautiful little fake out on Skylar Indra, and she just drove in and got the 2. One of the better free throw shooters on this team, 70%, as she cashes in on the and 1. And this lead has now ballooned to 15.
Yeah, this is kind of where you got to put a stop to the Westside run, or you're almost losing the game if it gets much more over like 20 points.
Inside, Indra gets Norfolk's first bucket of the quarter.
I'd love to see her keep hunting that shot. She's been the only way Norfolk's been able to get on the board.
Committed to Midland. Down low, Foster fouled. Foul will go on Caskey. Leading scorer for the Panthers will get her second foul, and that might send her to the bench. Matoyer down low. Foster got tipped away. Peterson out of bounds. 5:25 in the second. Westside with a 13-point advantage. Matoyer drives in, and a carry. Another turnover by Westside. That's the 4th turnover for Westside. Jurosevic and Freeman will check in for the Warriors. And it has been turnover city today. About 11 minutes into the game, both teams combined have 13 turnovers. 9 from the Panthers, 4 from the Warriors.
This is one of the best defensive lineups Westside can put out on the court, but they do sacrifice a little bit of offense. So if Norfolk can do things like this and get buckets, this is where you got to get your plus minus to go up and close this gap.
Offensive rebound and a foul. Bryn Peterson took it to the rack herself, put it up, didn't get it, got her own board, put it up again with the foul.
Yeah, like I said, this is one of the non-best lineups for Westside offensively, but it's also so much great defense out there on the court that Norfolk has got to find a way to score on a lineup like this to kind of just cut this gap down when you have a chance to play better defense.
Peterson misses her first, 48% from the line. Guerin K picks up her second foul. That'll knock her out of the game for a while. Rebound no good, and nearly got the rebound, and Davis has one-on-one. Euro step, sent her defender to the floor, and she missed it. Rebound out to Long, and she will push, along with Fossum. Finneran, offensive foul on Indra. On the 10th turnover for Norfolk, and they are in double digits.
And they average 18, so I mean, they're kind of on pace to go over their average amount, which is just not a recipe for success.
Nearly a destructive pass, great save by J.F. Freeman. And like you said, a more defensive lineup. Freeman pops and cashes it. J.F. Freeman with 5 points on the night. Thinner in to Long. Down to Fossum in the corner. Back on the wing. Indra drives in on the right block. 1-on-4, and she misses it. Great defense by Sinai Foster, and Gahan will push. Freeman, Davis, 1-on-2, gets it up, gets the roll. 18-point advantage for Westside. About 4 minutes left to go, and a timeout taken by the Panthers. Turnovers have been the name of the game, and Westside has capitalized. 30-second timeout. We'll keep it with you here on the WTV Live Network. Zach?
13 points of turnovers now for Westside after Freeman knocked down that 3, and it's still only 5 for Norfolk. Takeaway, say about 5 to 8 of those points for Westside off turnovers, and you're down about 10 if you're the Panthers.
That is not good if you're Norfolk. Like you said, averaging 18 turnovers a game, already has 10. Trying to keep their season alive. 1-8 versus Westside since 2014. Coach Clark talking with the refs. But the Panthers will have the ball to begin. Long. A little bit of pressure by Gabby Duvall. Had to pick up her dribble. And Peterson playing close defense on Fossum on the perimeter. Nowhere to go. Long out to the wing. Drives it in on Peterson. And a foul on the floor. No basket.
No continuation in high school basketball. That's why that doesn't count. There's no continuation.
Good rule of mine to know. Second foul on Elise Peterson.
It's the same as college basketball. There's not supposed to be continuations up there either, but they kind of strayed away from that one.
They do.
And to be honest, the high school officials do the same thing. They'll give you an extra step, maybe even 2. I've seen Westside kind of benefit off of it, and I've seen the Panthers already in this game as well.
Bokaski checked back in for Norfolk. She has 2 fouls and an air ball. Gives Matoyer the keys to run the offense. Duvall down low. Davis called for it, and she answers. Another 2 for Kendall Davis, as Caskey will take it. Wide open down low, and a cash bucket for Brooklyn Brands. Matoyer on the wing. Still without a 3 today. Duvall now to Gahan in the corner. Once again, feeding Davis, and she is fouled. Fouled on the shot, 2 shots for her.
Yeah, there's just not a lot you can do with the immense amount of height Westside has. And Davis may not be the tallest big on the team, but she's probably got the deepest bag when it comes to finishing and just getting open down low in the paint. And free throws clearly aren't her strongest suit, but to me it's her ability to finish around the rim. Sinai Foster, she misses a lot of layups at the rim, which she gets offensive rebounds and puts them back in at some point, but Kendall Davis can really just get it in there no matter what.
She goes 0 for 2 from the line. And maybe some offense for Norfolk. No good by Caskey. Gets her own board and a foul on the floor. Foul will go against Davis. Davis only a sophomore too. Got time to develop. And a pretty young lineup for Westside in general. Only 3 seniors this year.
Yeah, they're going to be dangerous. The only person that is really a huge loss for Westside, Kamora Jenkins. As for maybe Kat Gone, it's a loss, but definitely traceable with what they have on the roster right now.
No good. Off the rebound, off of Matoyer. 2:40 left in the second quarter.
And what's scary, Hunter, you return Sinai Foster, Elise Peterson, Kendall Davis, and Delaney McGrain still.
Those post presence will be dangerous as Davis just gets a block right there.
Coach Clark has the right idea. He's going to play a Twin Towers vibe the whole season, nonstop, with 2 bigs the entire game. Right now it's Kendall Davis and Sinai Foster, and he's not going to stray away from it.
Kind of like the Gesser twins over at Millard West at the jump ball, getting a little physical. Westside with the possession arrow.
Yeah, you just mentioned Millard West. It's going to be an uphill battle to beat them come state time for whoever has to play them as they make their run through Lincoln.
Their only one loss this year has come against Bellevue East. who upset them earlier in the season. Westside beat Bellevue East earlier in the season, first game.
Also lost to Bellevue East later in the season.
True. That one, Davis was pressured underneath. Duval calling for the ball. That one tipped. Matoyer nearly got it, and she takes a stumble, and it will be a defensive foul.
Yeah, I'd like to note, though, there hasn't been a turnover since that last time out by Norfolk.
5th foul against the Panthers. Matoyer to the free throw line. And a substitution, it looks like.
He can't come in until the free throw shot.
Caskey tried to come in prematurely. Matoyer, first free throw, no good. 3 straight misses for the Warriors. Matoyer, 72% from the line, which is still tied for the best on the team with Kimora Jenkins, as she goes 1 of 2. Caskey, 2:10 left to play. Finneran looking down low, tipped by Davis, stolen by Davis, and she moves it up quickly. Foster trying to kick it out, fakes it, down low, bucket. Tonight Foster already with 8. Matoyer guarding closely at Finneran, out on the right wing. Down low, near the baseline. Kicks it back out to the wing, back again to the block. Great post move by Caskey on Davis. And the Panthers finally get their couple of points. Free ball, Freeman, no good. Foul against Davis.
Norfolk's got to be careful when it comes to yelling at the officials. Giving them a round of applause when they call a foul in your favor is an ultimate way of getting yourself to pick up a technical foul.
2nd foul on Kendall Davis, so that will push her to the bench, and we will finally see the 4th of the Westside bigs in Delaney McGrain. She's the only big out there right now for the Warriors. Peterson and Davis, both the 2 fouls. Westside with the press. Doesn't have much time to get it across, and a smart timeout used by Coach Rice and the Norfolk Panthers.
Yeah, we know Coach Rice is a good coach. He's been doing it for as long as you can think. Coach Rice started by coaching the Norfolk boys from 2002 to 2016, picked up nearly 250 wins, less than 100 losses, 8 state appearances with a runner-up in 2010. And then nearing COVID, he took a break, became the activities director at Norfolk High School, when he said, you know what, it's time for the second half of my career. I'm going to go coach the girls basketball team now. And, hey, it's worked out a little bit for him.
Yeah, Norfolk hasn't been the best at girls basketball, but a 7-15 record, they're still on the up and up.
And it's got to be hard for a team like, and you could say it's not a small town, they're still a Class A school, but when you have the pool of a city like Omaha versus Norfolk, it's much harder to compete, and you can kind of see that in a lot of their athletics.
Great rebound by Caskey. She got blocked by McGrain, but took it to the rack. Freeman on the outside. Jenkins at the free throw line, into the corner. Jurosevic for 3. Shorted it. Rebound to Long, and a jump ball possession with the Panthers.
And Coach Clark actually went away from his 2 big players type of approach. It's only Delaney McGrain right now playing the 5 for Westside, which gives the Panthers a chance to compete on the boards.
3-2 look press by Westside as Freeman goes to the deck, nearly gets the steal. We'll get the jump ball with Westside with 47 seconds left to play. But still a pretty defensive lineup out for Westside. Kimora Jenkins and Freeman, the main 2 scorers for the Warriors. That's more substitutions for the Panthers as Brooklyn Brands gets a late substitution in. Maybe a 2-for-1 situation here if you're Westside. Get it up before before it gets down to 35 seconds. That's what they do. Jenkins, tally-ho! Kimora Jenkins from downtown. 30 seconds left. Another press by Westside. Nearly out of bounds and she stepped on it.
Make that a total of 13 turnovers for the Panthers and 15 points off turnovers for the Warriors.
Westside can hold for the final shot. 25 seconds and counting. 20 seconds left now. Drives in, kick out, Duval. No good. McGrain gets the board and the bucket. 12 seconds left for Norfolk, trying to get some points on the board. Near another steal. Nowhere to go. On the deck, near steal, tipped out. 2 seconds left, 1 second, need to get it up. Tipped by Freeman, and that'll do it. A defensive last possession for Westside, as Foster has 11 going into the break, leading the Warriors 39-16.
Yeah, it's the turnovers, Hunter. You got a 23-point lead, and you've given up 17 points off your 13 committed turnovers.
Leading the scoring charge for Norfolk, only 4 players have scored, but it is Bo Caskey, the leading scorer in general for Norfolk. She only has 6 points, but for Westside, it's been a bit of everything. Many players have scored, most of them on the floor, but it's Anai Foster with 11.
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of as expected when you have somebody that much taller.
We'll send it down to the Warrior dance team. About 10 minutes, second half action on the WTV Live Network. capitalizing off of them.
Yeah, it's a broken record at this point. You know, we probably scored 5 points off of those. So, I mean, let's take all 17 points away from turnovers, which we know is not realistic. It's a completely different game. It's a single-digit game.
Yeah, it'd be less, but Westside would still be in front. And we said Kearney averaged about 18 turnovers a game. They have 13 right now, so they're about to break that record. They're on pace for 26 as they start with the ball for the second quarter. 22-point lead for Westside, looking to advance in the A-7 district. Outside, K. Oh, K, let's go. Three-pointer for Guerin K. Up the floor, Indra out to the corner for Fossum. Caskey. Nearly stolen. Caskey has to chuck it up. A little Larry Bird-esque chuck shot, and it's good. Kimora Jenkins strolling back the other way, and maybe something happened with her eye. Matoyer on the outside. Pick and roll. No good. Foster with the rebound. Her putback is good, and she's up to 13. Indra. Fossum in the corner and travel. Westside will get the basketball. Jaya Freeman in for the Warriors. And a 23-point advantage for Westside.
We're about to hit 15 turnovers for the Panthers. They're currently at 14.
Matoyer running the offense. She goes to the block. Foul, count it. Went right into the body of Caskey, and it pays.
Yeah, and if Matoyer hits this free throw, it becomes 20 points off turnovers.
That would be crazy for Westside. As just about starting now, the other game in the A7 district, Kearney against Lincoln Northeast. Free throw no good. Rebound, Freeman for three. For Finneran, but it went out of bounds off of the Warriors. 6:15 left. Fossum gets it out to the wing. And now Finneran will try to run the offense. Wanted to pull it for three, does not take it. Brands on the wing. Back to the key. Now going back all the way to the half-court line, trying to drag Foster out. Down low, Brands, nowhere to go, 5 on the shot clock. 4 seconds, they need to get it up. Great find, Finneran, no good. Rebound, Karam's out to Freeman as she loses the ball. And she dives on the deck for it. Out of bounds off of Norfolk. So it will be Westside basketball. 49-21 the football score. Gahan. Freeman. And now Kay. Great move inside. Kick. Three at the wing. Air ball, but a foul. Matoyer drives in, little reverse, put a little English on that. The lead now to 30. Brands on the outside, trying to limit the bleeding. Finneran, Westside in the 2-3 zone, kick out. On the wing, drives in, bank shot no good. Foster gets the rebound, knocks away 3 Panthers, and Mount Matoyer pulls it. 3! In and out. Foster, Gahan. Air balls. Saved by Matoyer, but it went immediately into the hands of Fossum. And a near turnover and another one. Kay with the steal. Bodies on the deck. Gahan pulls it. Mid-range. No. Foster with the rebound. Into the body. Count the bucket. And one for Foster.
That's now 21 points off of the 16 committed turnovers by the Panthers.
Just went into the body of Caskey. I believe it was Peterson, actually. Got the bucket. We've seen that a couple of times today from Westside. Ball handlers. Peterson checks in for the Warriors. Fake. Timeout taken by the Panthers. Full timeout, and we will take a timeout here on the WTV Live Network. 53-23, Westside leads it with 4:10 left to go. With 4 minutes left. With 4 minutes left. Foul against Finneran. Near turnover by Westside. Kay with it, and she'll take it. Freeman, 3. Off the front iron. Near carry by Finneran. And another turnover by Westside, and Peterson is the one with it. Down the lane, no good. Brands with the rebound, and she'll take it 3-on-1. She'll pull back with the numbers now. Guarded by Freeman and Foster. 2-3 zone, 3 ball, Indra. No good. Saved by Norfolk, and a trip. Foul against Foster.
We've now counted a total of 17 turnovers.
For Norfolk. And 5 for Westside. Foster checks out. 3:20 left to go. Down low. Throws it away. And that should be over and back, and they call it tip. I don't think that was a tip right there. I may have gotten tipped by a Norfolk player.
It was definitely close.
Drives. Floater from the free throw line. No good by Long.
It's also at the point where an over and back like that isn't going to make a difference in a 30-point game. So the official is not 100% confident. You might as well keep the whistle.
Peterson with a great post move and a bucket. Her first points of the day. Long drives in, scratch that Finneran, and a turnover. As she gets it knocked away out of bounds. Jurosevich checks in for Westside. 2:33 in the third, and a 32-point advantage for Westside. Westside averaging 45 points per game allowed, as kicked by Jenkins. Ball's on the deck. Duval stole it back, and now it's everybody on the deck. Westside with the possession arrow. Coach Clark still disgruntled about the foul calls. Jenkins on the wing, down low. Great block, and it's stolen by the Panthers. Tipped, down low. Short battle underneath. Brands will go to the free throw line. 1 of 2 from the line goes Brand. Peterson takes it underneath. Duvall on the left block. And she'll be called, never mind, not a travel. It'll be a foul underneath against Brands. Westside in the bonus. Duvall for 2. First one rattles in. And Caskey checks in for the Panthers. Caskey up the floor for the Panthers. Darted by Davis, and she stumbles. Ball underneath, stripped by Davis. Duvall on the other end. Layup no good. Matoyer with the rebound. Back to Davis. Her shot is good. Blocked by Urosevic, and a foul underneath by Davis. Third foul on Davis. Caskey for 2.
And about halfway through the first quarter between Lincoln Northeast and Kearney, in the other side of the A-7 district, Kearney leads about 5-2. That game just tipped off at 7 o'clock, so not a lot going on over there yet. We won't be able to tell you a final or anything by the end of this game. But do keep an eye out for that score, because that's who the Warriors will be playing. And they will also have to come here to Westside. So lengthy drive if it's Kearney, the favorite in that game, and about a 45-minute drive if it's Lincoln Northeast.
Matoyer takes it to the body of Peterson, and she'll get fouled.
And we were talking about this, Hunter, off stream, but Westside being able to host this district is bigger than it seems, because if they weren't able to sneak in, they're going to be driving to Kearney in this game coming up Friday. Rather, Kearney is likely going to have to come play here. And that drive can mess people up. It really can.
First one good by Hamaya Jo Matoyer, 60-25 Westside leads. And yeah, like you said, Zach, the 3 other opponents in this A7 district, Norfolk, it's about 2 hours away from Omaha Westside. Lincoln Northeast, about 45-minute drive, and Kearney, which is about 2.5, 3-hour drive. Which, long drives, and it's huge for Westside to host it. And another turnover, and a near over and back and another turnover. Won by both teams, and a push on Westside. It's 1:17 left to play, and a 35-point lead for the Warriors.
Yeah, granted, Kearney and Norfolk are pretty custom to long drives. It's much more normal because they do it week in and week out. Lincoln Northeast, they have the Lincoln schools, but they've had a significant amount of drives to Omaha and back, so a lot of these teams are used to it. But in a high-stakes game where your season's on the line, it really can mess you up.
Indra for 3, that's no good. Karam's out to long. Caskey down low. Indra, the Midland commit. Down low, tipped by Peterson. She'll get called for the push.
Yeah, and I can promise you one thing. A drive back home, a lengthy one at that, after you lose and your season's over, it's not pleasant.
Not fun.
There's not a lot of talking going on. There's a lot of sadness. It's not hooping and hollering. There's no music playing. There's none of that.
It's not fun. First one good by Norfolk.
At least they have a real bus and not a school bus.
Chartered bus.
That makes it a lot more tolerable when you have comfortable seats. But you got to feel bad for it's hard to say because there's always 2 sides to every game. There's a winner and a loser, and you got to feel bad for the team that loses. But somebody's season's got to come to an end, which means you're going to feel bad for somebody.
Indra takes it coast to coast, no good. Peterson with the rebound, and Westside with numbers, 3-on-1. Freeman into McGrain, left block floater, no good.
And on that same note, Norfolk is still playing their hearts down 60-26, so you got to give them credit for that too.
Yes, you do. Won their last game of the regular season against Omaha South, who's not a good team, but they at least have that. McGrain gets the rebound, and Westside to push with numbers. On the other end, nearly stolen, kicked out of bounds off of the Panthers. And like you just said, Zach, at least they're not driving back home in a school bus. Charter bus, I've known from experience, first round of last year's state championship for the boys, they went down in a school bus. I was helping with film. It was not good. It was very cramped, but we had a charter bus for the semifinals, and it was nice.
And then I imagine it wasn't the most fun bus ride after they came home on a loss.
We don't talk about that. Burosevic takes a tumble and turns it over. 3 seconds left. Not much time. Do they get it up at the horn? They did not, and that'll do it for the end of the third quarter. Westside, lots of turnovers being forced and lots of points off of turnovers. 60-26. Fourth quarter action almost underway on the WTV Live Network in about a minute. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the WTV Live Network. I'm Hunter Vailpeck alongside me, Zach Kastrick. Fourth quarter action. Final 8 minutes, Westside with a commanding 34-point lead over the Panthers of Norfolk. And another turnover. Duval with 2. And Zach, what's that head count for turnovers?
That's now 20 turnovers with 25 points scored off of them. Make that 22.
Make that 21. 3 ball. In and out. Peterson corrals the rebound. Hook shot. Kareem-esque, no good.
Yeah, I do hate to see. You see Elise Peterson, every time she misses a shot, she puts her head down. And you can understand where she's coming from. It's frustrating to miss a shot. But as a coach, you also want them to keep your head up, get back on defense, make the next one, put that smile back on your face.
Bokaski with her first points of the fourth quarter, leading the Panthers in points. She's the only one in double digits. Down low, Peterson for redemption, gets the roll.
And she still doesn't look excited after that one, but there's no head down and kind of a pouting face after you miss. She got straight back on defense.
Only a few games back, tore a ligament in her foot in September before the season. Came back against Omaha South with limited playing time, now getting a bigger role as Norfolk, gets their first couple of points. Duval with it, and a press applied, nearly lost it, saved, and a foul counts as a turnover.
So now still single-digit turnovers for Westside at 9, but I mean, this is a quality win for Westside. It's going to give them some momentum heading into whoever they end up playing come Friday night, whether that's Lincoln Northeast or Kearney. Regardless of what happens tonight and the rest of this game, you're going to build some momentum. Got to keep it going, got to keep it pushing, and be ready for a really tough fight come Friday night.
Kaski again goes to work and gets the bucket. She has 6 points. Jurosevic fouled. Lucy Pokers will get her first action. Jurosevic double team, loses it. Ball corralled, out of bounds, off the head. And another turnover committed by the Panthers. And Zach, I think you may have a score update for us.
Yeah, it's 15-5 Kearney with 4 seconds left in the first quarter. So, like we mentioned, it's probably going to be Kearney. They're technically like the 8 seed in the state right now, with Westside being the 7 seed. So
that'll be a good game coming up here at Jim Tangal Court. It's on Friday.
It's basically an even matchup. And guess where you find it, Hunter? Right here on the WTV Live Network. Don't miss it. Westside hasn't been to state in quite a minute, so it'd be a big win if Westside can find a way to sneak in.
It would be an absolutely huge win for Westside.
And you know, none of these players on this team have been to state.
No.
It's been that long. Coach Clark, I think you've got to think he's kind of itching to get back to that state tournament regardless of what happens. It's always a boost. And you got to think, this team's young. A state appearance is great experience to keep learning and get under your belt to continue down, and you would assume make another state appearance next year.
And just think about it, 2 years ago, they were 7-16. They were in this spot that Norfolk's in right now. They were not a good team under Coach Clark. Kamar Jenkins was their best player as a sophomore, but a couple of years later, look at them now. They're hosting a district, and if they can beat Kearney next week, if Kearney holds on for that win, or Kearney on Friday, they can go to state.
Yeah, like you said, that's a big turnaround for a program to go from getting 6-7 wins to a possible state appearance. It's a testament of how good Coach Clark is as a coach, just leading this team. And Coach Clark has been one of the best girls basketball coaches in the state for quite some time. And you got to think he's trying to make a ruckus when it comes to getting down Lincoln. And like we've said, 3 state titles for this Westside team. The latest one in 2018. They had a runner-up in 2007. And Norfolk made it to the state title just a few years ago with what you could call a below-average team coming in at 500. And Westside's significantly better. All it takes, get hot in March, make a run, and all of a sudden you might be knocking on the doorstep of Millard West in the finals.
I know you interviewed the seniors for the boys. Carson Healy said the right time to get hot is in March.
And I know Coach Clark will tell you the same thing. Get hot in March, make your run, and anything can happen. And like we said at the beginning of the game, when you get in a lose and go home type game and your season's over, records are kind of out the window. It all comes down to talent, skill, chemistry, everything you've worked through as a team all year.
If there are no upsets, Westside is slated against the Miller North Mustangs, who they played here at home and only lost by 3.
Mm-hmm. It's like you said, it's a close field. Anyone can beat anyone. I've been saying it all week, all the time. It's really going to be interesting if Westside sneaks in what they can end up doing.
The team to beat, though, is the Miller West Wildcats, the Gesser twins, and they have a really loaded roster as well. Both of them Creighton commits. Jurosevic goes inside and misses it. 32-point lead. Doubled, and another turnover committed by Norfolk. Number 22.
Give or take as well, because I'm sure I've lost count. But it's hard. I mean, we said it at the top of the broadcast. Turnovers were going to be key. Norfolk struggled in limiting their turnover margin, and you're down by 32. It's hard to win games when you turn over the ball 20 times, even 15 times.
Westside reserves putting in the work. Duval, Pokris now with 20 on the shot clock. She pulls it. Bank shot, baby! How about Lucy Pokris? Reserves into the game, making them work.
And she hasn't scored a lot on varsity, so it's good to see her get that confidence. And love the bench's reaction as well from that one.
No, their reserves don't get much playing time. Good to get all the points they can get as Pokris turns it over off the inbound. Down low, Caskey trying to go to work on McGrain. Foul, count it. And an and one opportunity for Bo Caskey, trying to add on to that free throw. Free throws attempted.
Yeah, and Caskey averages about 13 points a game, and that's her bread and butter. It's the paint, It's getting that hook shot. And she's really done a great job in the second half, to be honest, when it comes to that. But Westside did such a good job with Sinai Foster, Elise Peterson, and Kendall Davis in shutting that down. And that's what allowed this lead to get so high.
Norfolk still in the press. Breaks it. Pokris outside. Davis wanted it. Crossover inside. Jurosevic with a wide open trace. Mia Jurosevic with a three. Her first points. And with 3:42 left to go, it's all Westside. Three ball taken by Finneran. No good. Jurosevic. Ball handling. Pokris outside. Davis wanted it. Jurosevic drives in, spin move, left hand layup, no good.
And she passed up an open 3-point attempt for that shot as well. Mia Jurosevic, she's the downhill. She wants to drive. She wants to draw the foul. And the thing is, she can shoot it as well, so you can't leave her open completely either.
More of a defensive type guard, but she can shoot the balls. We saw there.
Yeah,
free throws good.
she's shooting under 20% on the year from three, so that's kind of why teams let her shoot a little bit. But if she gets hot, she's like any other player. She can stroke the ball when she's got the right touch.
Second free throw, no good. Rebound grabbed by Jaden Macklin, and a jump ball going with the Panthers. 71-37, 3:16 left. And Gabby Duvall will check in for Westside, the senior in her final year, the Sioux Falls commit for track and field.
Yeah, when you're a senior, you know you got to play your heart out. Empty the gas tank. Got no more games when your season's over. And this is the second to last game Gabby Duvall and the other two seniors, Westside, is going to have at home, so you got to cherish every last minute, second you have on the court.
Got to cherish it all here at Jim Tengdahl Court. Finner in for three, and the shooting goes still for Norfolk. Caskey loses it, gains it back, floater is good. Timeout taken by the Panthers. Huge lead for Westside, 71-39. 2:55 left to go on the WTV Live Network. We'll be back in about 45 seconds. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the WTV Live Network. I'm Hunter Velopek, alongside me, Zach Kastrick. Westside to throw it in with 2:55 and a 34-point advantage. Looking to punch their ticket to the A-7 District Finals, where Kearney currently leads Lincoln Northeast, which Kearney is favored. And if they win, they will have to take the 3-hour bus drive here, as McGrain is swarmed by 4 Norfolk defenders. And she will take Coach Clark will take a timeout, and we will take another timeout here on the WTV Live Network. 71-39, 2:40 and some change left to go. Welcome back to WTV Live Network. As an immediate turnover by Westside gives Norfolk the opportunity for some points. 2:30 left. Westside, huge lead and a foul. Two shots coming up.
This game is really getting drawn out when it's nearly a 40-point lead. And that's actually the 5th foul by Kendall Davis. So she's going to have to come out. But it's when you have 2 minutes left and the official is calling every single foul, when the coaches are calling full timeouts, that really drags a game out that is in a score like this.
You know what, Zach? That might be a blessing in disguise. That'll give us more time to see what Lincoln Northeast and Kearney has conspired to. Another few Norfolk shooting woes. Duval on the other end, layup is good. 2:16 left. 73-39. Trying to break 40, air ball out of bounds off of Macklin. .208 left. Caskey down low. That's no good. Rebound to Finneran. And jump ball will go with the Warriors. Panthers still trying to break 40. Peterson in for the Panthers. Stick around, everybody. Player of the game coming up after this. Inside McGrain gets blocked. The Midland commit, Indra with the rebound. Jurosevic takes it away, but steps out of bounds immediately.
She's not happy. She thought she got fouled.
Late substitution as Caskey will check back in. The only Panther with double-digit points. Been basically the only source of offense.
And that's what Westside does to you, to be honest. They lock down every option you have, and they make you beat them with one person, and that's just not going to happen.
Caskey gets the Panthers over 40.
And she's been the one that's really been able to beat Westside, especially in the second half. She's been able to get to her right hand and just put that hook shot up, and it's been unbeatable.
Duval's three is no good. Norfolk pushes with numbers.
And Caskey also just a junior, so she's got time as well to kind of mature and get better, and she's going to have a bright future next season.
Two shots for Caskey, 118. First one is good.
The coaches and players, I think, are just getting restless at this point with the way it's going.
Caskey goes 2 for 2 from the line. Cuts the lead down to 30. And she's fouled. More free throws coming up. This game getting prolonged by the second.
It's just getting out of hand, Hunter. The last 3 minutes have taken longer than the entire first 3 quarters did, and now that's 5 fouls on her. She's got to check out, and it's just not ending.
Score update from Kearney, Nebraska. 22-11, the Bearcats lead it over the Rockets.
And that game kind of seems to be trending the same way this one is. It started close and got further away as we gone, and Westside versus Kearney is going to be a dead even matchup. It's going to be a toss-up.
The Rockets did just make a 3, so the lead is down to 8, but Still, yeah, it's going to be a really good game if Kearney wins it here at Westside on the WTV Live Network. Jurosevich goes 0 for 2 from the free throw line.
Coach Clark is working the officials in a 30-plus point game, or exactly 30-point game right now. And I think he's more upset with the fact that they're calling this game so tight when it's so close.
When it's so far away. Under a minute. Drives in on the left block. Floater is good. And a timeout taken. It's a full timeout taken by Coach Rice and the Panthers. And we'll take a timeout with less than a minute in a 28-point lead on the WTV Live Network.
Coach Clark is staring the officials down.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to WTV Live Network. 49.1 in a 28-point game. Stick around for player of the game coming up after the game as a press by Norfolk is applied. Westside breaks and can just run down this clock. Still, Norfolk playing well. Indra with the steal. And now for the seniors, your last 30 seconds of ball game action as a high school. Drives in, blocked by Macklin, and another foul.
The fans are getting absolutely
the fans are groaning.
restless.
This is football level fourth quarter action.
It's 27.4 is like more like 27 minutes the way this game has been trending.
First shot, no good.
The fans, I think, are just more than mad at the fact that the officials are calling this game so tightly when the game is so far away, and that's kind of what Coach Clark has been frustrated with as well.
It's so long that Kearney and Lincoln Northeast have made it to halftime, 24-17 at the half in the Bearcats' favor. Jurosevich takes it up the floor, and a foul, another foul against the Westside Warriors, against the Norfolk Panthers.
That's nearly 15 foul calls in this quarter, Hunter, and this quarter started as a 30-plus point lead.
I can see our principal, Mr. Dossel. He looks unenthusiastic.
It's like, I just don't understand it, Hunter. Like,
I think Norfolk just wants to play all out.
The officials have got to do their job.
They
got to do that, but a touch foul in a 30-point game is not needed.
4 straight missed by Jurosevich. 3 ball by Indra. In and out. Rebound kicked out, and a travel call.
It's not a foul, but now Westside can just hold the ball out. We won't have any more stoppages.
Unless if they press. And now they're calling it off. 5, 4, and Westside moving on to the A-7 District Finals. As the 1 seed in this district, not done yet. Norfolk, the Panthers, finish at 7-16 and are done for the season. Huge win by Westside, mainly on the defensive end.
Yeah, the defense was the key. They forced over 25 turnovers. It was the end, and that's really what caused Westside to win this game. Norfolk's now going to end their season at 7-16. Westside moves on to 18-6 with a chance to state come Friday.
We are not done here yet on the WTV Live Network. Player of the game coming up next. Westside, 73-45. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to WTV Live Network. Player of the game, once again, Sinai Foster. Sinai, big game from you, 15 points. How's it feel to get this big win?
It feels really good. I'm just really glad that we could get this early, and we're really excited to go further into districts. Hopefully we can get that district win. I think we played really well tonight, and we're just really excited.
Forced 20 turnovers on the defensive end, scored over 20 points off of the turnovers. What does the defense mean?
And we just really had to lock them down, get our lead early, lock it in. And I'm just really proud of my teammates for how solid their defense was. And I feel like we really did well early.
How will that defense help you against Kearney or Lincoln Northeast coming up Friday?
Well, they're very scrappy teams. They have good shooters, and we just have to make sure that we lock them down, nothing easy, and make sure they have to work for every point.
And like I just said, Kearney or Lincoln Northeast, it's a long drive for both teams coming here to Westside High School. What does it mean to host the district here, and what will it take for you guys to beat either one of those teams?
We're really blessed. We worked really hard for that, and just being able to get that at home makes it so much easier on us. We still have to work for it, and they'll really have that chip on their shoulder since they have to drive all the way here, but I think we'll be able to get it and then hopefully get to state.
Thank you guys for tuning on the WTV Live Network. I'm Hunter Valapek. We'll be back Friday for the district finals between Westside and either Kearney or Lincoln Northeast. Have a good night, everyone.